What's up, you guys? It's Steve here, and hey, take a look at this. What if we used federal stimulus money to help ease inflation impacts? What a concept. And how convenient that lawmakers on a federal level and state levels are starting to remember right before midterm elections that there's literally $800 billion of money just sitting there that could be used for stimulus provisions. Well, I'm going to get you caught up on the latest as this is all coming back. That's right. Stimulus checks on a federal level to everybody in the nation. Social Security increases, child tax credits, wiping out student loan debt. All of these are starting to come back right before the elections, and we're hearing their support from both sides to get things done for the American people right before the elections. Now, I'm going to get you caught up on all the details as we have this article coming out, and I'm going to let you know what's unfolding on federal and state levels. This is your breaking news stimulus check update and stimulus package update. Now, take a look, you guys. We're hearing that the president, his approval is plummeting, but we have over 3 million people that have signed a petition saying they'd like to see $2,000 per month stimulus checks. And let me know your thoughts on this. We're hearing that people are saying, listen, inflation's out of control. We need some assistance, but we don't want to add new money to the debt to cause even more inflation. But if there's money just sitting there from previous packages, which is the case, that has been unused, they could repurpose it, reallocate it towards other things like checks and other provisions. And we're hearing that, yes, Congress has the power of the purse, but the president does have the legal authority to repurpose existing funds and send it out to the people, and it has been done. And if you missed my video on Bernie Sanders reminding the president, hey, stimulus checks, you might want to keep your promises to the American people. You had promised fourth federal level $2,000 checks. You might want to check it out right after this one, as we've got confirmation. Bernie Sanders is saying, Democrats, Biden, change your ways if you want to win in the elections. Now, also, as I mentioned, child tax credits are coming back as well. Why racial justice organizations are calling on Congress to reinstate the enhanced child tax credit. And that is right. And we're hearing that there's support from Republicans on this as well. So keep an eye out for child tax credits. And if you missed that video, check it out right after this one. It looks like those are going to be coming back in the form of monthly reoccurring checks. We will see, though, if it's going to come from Democrats before elections, or if there's a red wave, if it'll come from Republicans after. But it looks like this one is going to be coming back. But we will see. I will keep you up to date here on the channel. And also, just reintroduced, speaking of Bernie Sanders, him and Elizabeth Warren want to bump up those Social Security checks by $200 per month. That's right. This is back as well. Like I said, interesting. Right before elections, everything's coming back. And I've been letting you know here on the channel for quite some time that their strategy, their timing, that this was going to be unfolding, and we're likely going to be seeing this pick up and ramp up as we get closer to these elections. More and more proposals, more and more bills, and we'll be seeing what makes it through. Now, if you missed that video, check it out as well. I've covered all of these provisions, letting you know along the way, making sure that you're caught up and you know the latest that's unfolding. And we're also hearing that states, they're doing this as well. And actually, this article is coming from Wyoming. They're going to be mentioning federal and state provisions. I'm going to cover all of it for you. But also, take a look. Pennsylvania says they still have $2.2 billion in stimulus money. And does the state plan to send residents checks? Well, yes, they're planning to send $2,000 stimulus checks. Now, we'll see what happens in the state of Pennsylvania, and I'll keep you up to date wherever you are as to what's going to be happening on various levels. And as I've mentioned to you here on the channel, keep an eye out for a comprehensive list we're working on. It's pretty insane. I've been staying up pretty late working on this. I didn't realize what a huge effort this is, but you guys want to make sure you don't miss out on anything, because these state, city, and county level checks, a lot of them are for a limited time, and I want to make sure that you don't miss out on them. So we're going to assemble that, send it out, make sure that you know about everything, keep it updated, keep tallies on all the 3,007 different counties in the state, the 50 different states, and all the uncountable cities that are out there, you guys. I'm going to make sure that you know about everything going on. But let's go ahead and dive right in. Before we do, though, if you appreciate the updates, keeping you up to speed on everything, don't forget, take a quick second, smash the like button for me, helps out a ton. Subscribe if you want to stay up to date on everything. Turn on the notification bell so you're notified right away as updates come out. Any specific questions for me, shoot them to me in the DM on Instagram at SteveRam3, and consider joining the second channel, Steve Ram Finance, to learn about growing wealth and personal finance. More content coming as we're entering into a shift in our economy that's pretty nuts. What's going on right now with inflation and a recession and interest rates? I'll keep you up to date. But with that being said, you guys, let's dive into the latest on stimulus. Let's go ahead and dive right in. So link in the description below to this article that came out 2 days ago. Now, this is for the state of Wyoming, the Wyoming Tribune Eagle. However, they're going to be covering everything on a federal level as well. And it says, use federal stimulus money to ease inflation impacts. And it says, in the current environment where inflation and rising house prices are crushing many low-income residents, inaction can't be tolerated. Now, let me know your thoughts. I know that pretty much everybody probably feels this way. Congress has got to step up to the plate and help out the American people. We're hearing that Biden's approval rating and Democrats is plummeting, and this is due to the fact that the economy right now is stressed. We need some sort of assistance, and people are saying there's inaction. They got to step up. And it says, even those who earn a decent living are feeling the pressure. We feel it at the grocery store and at the gas pumps. We feel it when we pay our monthly utility bills and when we go to pay our rent or property taxes. We're even feeling it when we pay for our childcare, entertainment, and dining out. Now imagine that you're a senior living on a fixed income, or a family of 4 with 2 young children and both parents are working outside of the home. Maybe you have to travel a significant distance to your job in a pickup, an SUV, or an old gas-guzzling car. Your employer isn't picking up the tab for that fuel, so the cost eats into your monthly budget. Now, with no end of higher prices in sight, what are you going to do? Get another low-wage job? That's one possibility. Dip into your retirement savings? Not a great idea, but an option for some. Now, many will turn to local, nonprofit, and state agencies for food boxes, rental assistance, energy subsidies, and the like, just as they have throughout the pandemic the past couple of years. And I'm keeping you up to date on those programs here on the channel. Some will seek the help for the first time in their lives. Unfortunately, others will become despondent, fail to seek the help, and add to Wyoming's already highest in the nation suicide rate. Think that's overstating the problem? Well, try taking the people who face the daily struggles to feed their families, keep a roof over their heads, and buy the medications that they need, and keep fuel in their vehicles. And yes, that is the struggle that Americans are feeling right now across the nation. Now, this article continues on and says that the politicians of Wyoming aren't doing enough for the state residents. Also, they've taken way too long, and the information they're giving out about doing more things through the gas and diesel price working group that they're going to be forming, it's just not enough information coming out. They don't have any solid foundation for what's going to come, when it's going to come, or how they're going to help people out. Does that sound familiar to you? That sounds familiar to me on a federal level. What are they going to be doing to help out the people? Now, also, listen to this. It says, also, in true Wyoming fashion, the governor spent the longest of 6 paragraphs in the release blaming the Biden administration for inflation. First off, that's not entirely true, since there's a war in Ukraine, an ongoing pandemic that's causing supply chain issues, and those are factors that are playing a major role as well. More importantly, ask those who are hurting whether they care about who's to blame for the troubles, and most of them probably will say that they just want some relief. Let me know in the comments down below. Do you agree? Do you care who the blame is for? Do you want to make sure we go after them, or are you just concerned about how do I pay my bills every single month? That's what they're saying in this article. They said it's time for Wyoming's politicians to stop pointing the fingers and start putting their efforts into real, meaningful solutions. And as the title said, take the federal stimulus money that is just sitting there and repurpose it, reuse it to send out provisions to help out people. Now listen to this. In addition to funneling money through the local nonprofits across the state, maybe it means expanding low-income energy assistance programs to help more people qualify. Maybe it's expanding the ability for more homeowners to use the energy rental assistance program funds for delinquent mortgage payments. Maybe it's working with the Wyoming Business Council, which took the lead in distributing Affordable Cares Act dollars earlier in the pandemic. Or maybe it's time to temporarily suspend the state's fuel tax of 24 cents per gallon, replacing that lost revenue with the American Rescue Plan, saying, hey, take those federal funds and let's get back on track. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Now listen to this. Whatever state leaders decide, it needs to be done and done soon, saying, listen, we can't drag this out any longer. People have been waiting and hurting too long. To let hundreds of millions of dollars just sit in the bank while Wyoming residents suffer is both shameful and unacceptable. And they've got hundreds of millions, but we've got hundreds of billions on a federal level. And people are saying, Send out the money, send out the help. And we're hearing here several different state programs in Wyoming, and I'm going to make sure that you know about all of them because these are not readily available and people don't know about them and they're missing out as these programs are popping up. I'm seeing them in Texas here. I'm seeing them in Florida, California. I'm seeing them all over in New York, city, state, county programs. I'm going to make sure that you guys know about them and you don't miss out on anything. So there you have it, you guys. Let me know your thoughts on that piece in Wyoming. And we're hearing that this is happening. Finally, we're starting to see on a federal level and various states remembering we have all these funds sitting there. Let's go ahead and take that money and start passing provisions, checks, packages to help out people. And let's do it right before these elections so it's fresh in their mind before they hit the voting booths. Let me know your thoughts. You guys know a lot of people would have liked to have seen it sooner, but whatever the case is, I'm going to make sure that you know about the latest and you're up to date here on the channel. So you guys, as always, thank you for joining me. And if you appreciate these updates, don't forget to take a quick second, smash the like button for me, helps out the channel a ton. Leave your comments, share this out. If you want to stay up to date, it's totally free. I'll let you know about everything going on. Why not? It's free. Come join the Ram fam. All you got to do is take a quick second, smash that subscribe button, turn on that notification bell. Any specific questions for me, shoot them to me in the DM on Instagram at SteveRam3. Consider joining my second channel, Steve Ram Finance, and keep an eye out for that comprehensive list of all checks on all levels we're going to be releasing soon so you don't miss out on anything. But with that being said, you guys, once again, thank you so much for joining me, and I will catch you in the next one. Take care. God bless. This is Steve.